Hello, hello. Just give me a moment here as we're getting things set up. Hello, all of my beautiful people. How are you doing today? Let's see. It said my video stopped, so let me just see what I got going on. Let's try it again. Can you guys hear me? Could you see me okay? Um, I was setting up some additional things, so I'm sorry about that. So let me just check one other thing because it said I stopped recording, but it looks like I'm still going, right? And so I got to go with the flow. So this is for those of you, let me find my words. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Pamela Garrison. I'm a two-time international best-selling author, speaker, coach, and I'm also known as your BuBBle therapist. And what I'm doing today is I'm starting a course of live streams, right? Via here on YouTube, maybe some on Facebook. And we're going to try these live streams because what I want to do is go ahead and be an encouragement, to everyone around me because we got so much going on in the world. And I just want to come on and encourage people. Yesterday I was on and I made a commitment that I will come on, for those of you that, you're here in this date, in this time, in this world, then we're all going through this coronavirus together. We're going through all of these things together. You're here this date, this time, and this purpose for a reason. One, we want to keep going. We want to keep moving. So in order to do that, we have to develop some plans. We have to do some things differently. Everybody handles things differently. So what I wanted to do and share, I made a commitment yesterday that I said, I will come on and I'm going to share my energy and I'm going to share with the world what is known as BuBBle therapy. For those of you, you're just being introduced to me, I'm going to talk a lot about BuBBle therapy, what that means, what is it going to do for you, and how you can convert your crisis to comfort. How can you convert your crisis to comfort using BuBBle therapy? How can you reshape your mind using BuBBle therapy? So that's what I'm going to talk about for the next few minutes, And I said I'm going to make a commitment to come on every day so that I can, do or use my gift as encouraging others. And so what I was sitting here thinking about, because, we got all this time where we can sit and just think about some things. We have all this time to do that. And what came to me is crisis converter, because being a person who have been through a series of crises in their life, and I know I'm not alone. I am not the only person. I am not the only person that has been through some things. But what I did learn in the process, which is what generated me to start this book, Identity Crisis Rediscover You, because I was in the process. I was in a crisis. And I said, now how? The first question I always ask is how I'm going to come out of this. What's on the other side of this? What lesson should I have learned from this? But how, more importantly, how am I going to get out of this? How am I coming back? So that's the question. I keep asking these questions because I need to make some informed decisions. So I want to first thank you guys for joining me. I see Mo and Michelle is in the house. Thank you for doing so. Today, hi Anna, what I'm doing something different. So you can definitely find me live here on Facebook. But guess what, guys? I'm also live right now on YouTube. So I am doing a dual session right now. So I may or may not see your names. I see you, caller. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, we're going to make a commitment to do this every day for the next at least, 3 weeks, the next 3 weeks. And so I want to come on and do that thing that I'm called to do, that I'm naturally called to do. That is to motivate, to inspire, and to help in your transformation, And so the title of this broadcast is Crisis Converter. How do I convert from crisis to comfort? while I'm still in the middle of a crisis? How do I convert? How do I convert from this state of fear, of frustration, of anger, of all of these things that's trying to hold me down? You know, I was listening to my mentor, Lisa Nichols, a little earlier, and she said, you know what? They may have said quarantine or lock down your body and limit your movements and your connections. But trust and believe, we're still all connected spiritually. We're still all connected through this social media. We're still all connected. So what I want people to know is that you're not alone. You are not by yourself, and you're definitely not in this crisis alone. So yesterday I talked about some things. I know some of you may not have gotten that. I'll try to upload the recorder. If you are on Facebook, you can definitely find that message from yesterday on my Facebook, Pamela R. Garrison, or on my Facebook page, Author Pamela Garrison, or just Pamela Garrison, but it's on the page, right? And so I made a commitment in this COVID challenge that I will use my gifts, talents, and abilities to help uplift and inspire individuals who are having a problem getting their mindset in the proper place so that they can live a happy life right now. So henceforth, crisis to comfort. What are those steps? So over the course of the next few days, we're going to talk about those steps. How do I create that? How do I come out of crisis mode and go into a place of comfort, a place of peace? See, because the one thing is for certain, when you're in a crisis, your emotions are heightened. When you're in a crisis, you know, you're going to see things and do things a little differently. When you're in a crisis, especially if your mindset is, fight or flight, and you in that state of mind, you on edge, you're not, I was just recently on the edge. That's a little plug for Miss April Mahoney, but I was drinking my tea. But everything is happening, and every bit of news that you get, you're on the edge, and you just don't know how to handle that. And you feel your emotions are running away from you. So I do this little thing that I mentioned in my book, and I called it BuBBle therapy. And I'm going to bring that up now because some of you may need that stress release. Some of you may need to just take a moment and relax. So I'm hoping that my followers have their bubbles in hand. And I'm going to start asking for some videos, and you put that in BuBBle therapy for me. But I hope you got some bubbles in hand because, see, it's time for a bubble break. And that's what I call it. So when you find your world is getting out of control and you need to come back and find your center, where's my happy place? I just need to calm down so I can think. Have you ever been in that place where you're so rattled you can't think? You can't even hear or feel your own thoughts? Well, this is what BuBBle therapy does. This is when it's time for a bubble break. So you want to take that moment, because you got all these thoughts going on in your head. You got different things coming at you, Shauna. You got different things coming at you, Sharon. You're like, okay, how am I going to do this? And so, Carla, I'm here to tell you, just pick up a bottle of bubbles. And if you don't have bubbles in hand right now, this is going to be a breathing exercise for you. Because the one thing I like about BuBBle Solutions is this twofold. You don't have to have physical bubbles in hand, but if you have them in hand, it just makes the process a little easier. And if you're a visual person like myself, when you're going through those steps, then you can see the transition happening. And I often tell people, just like these bubbles in this bottle, it starts off as a liquid. And you're going to take that liquid and you're going to let it soak on this little device. And so that little small piece of liquid is sitting in the center of this stick. And you're going to quietly, you're going to take a deep breath. And you're going to slowly breathe out so that you can generate bubbles. Right? Now, some of you go, that's so simple. Some people say it's so simple. What I look like sitting here blowing bubbles. Yeah, you would look like a happy person. You would look like a person that's regaining their joy and their happiness and their fulfillment in life. You're going to look like a person that's not sitting there stressing about everything else around you. And you're going to look like a person that's going to change their atmosphere and bring light and love to everybody around them. You're going to look like that person, right? So as you're blowing bubbles, I often tell people, if you don't have the stick in hand, like I said, it's just a breathing exercise, because you need to calm yourself. You need to get control of your thoughts. You need to get control of your mindset, and you need to be in a place to make better decisions. In order to do that, just blow some bubbles. You take a deep breath and you slowly breathe out. You can breathe through your nostrils, or you can slowly breathe it out. You know, they used to joke and go woosah, pull your ears woosah, but you just want to bring it down. And you need to repeat the process until you can feel your heart regulating, till you can feel your body come into a place of calm. You need to just continue to do that. Laughter is always good. Laughter, that's some good medicine right there. So when you feel your joy coming back, go and let that out. If you have children around you, let those bubbles float in the air and watch those kids pop those bubbles, and then you join in with them. Because see, that it changes the atmosphere. And those of you, if you watch me on The Edge, I had my sister Anita on, Dr. Anita. She said, let me put some science on that for you. I'm like, yes, Dr. Anita, put the science on it. She said, it is scientific fact that when you are happy and you are in that happy place, in that place of joy, you build your immune system. Things are not so quickly able to attach to you. So how do I convert my crisis to comfort? I find my joy and I live in it. See, your joy should not be dictated by your circumstances. I'm going to say that again. Your joy should not be dictated by your circumstances. So you have the choice. You have the choice whether or not you want to be in a place of joy, peace, happiness in the midst of the chaos. Don't get me wrong. I am not minimizing anything that we got going on around us. What I am doing for you is helping your mindset so you can learn how to maneuver in the midst of chaos. How do you convert from a chaotic mind to a mind of clarity? How do you convert from a place of fear and confusion to that place of clarity? How do you do that? And so it's going to be all about your mindset. How do you come out of confusion and walk in confidence, knowing that this too shall pass? How do I come out of this confusion and walking in confidence, knowing that all is well in my world? How do I do that? So the first thing you're going to do, one, is watch your composure. How are you showing up in the world? Notice your emotions. You can get control of those things. Notice your emotions. And then you want to just take a moment while you're noticing your emotions. You just want to take a moment, have a bubble break, breathe, breathe, have a bubble break. Take that deep breath. Slowly breathe out. Get to that place of peace, joy, and relaxation. Get to that happy spot. Because as your joy is lifted, your persona is lifted, everyone around you is being lifted. So we have all of these things going on in the process. And so it's simple, but it's profound. And see, that's that place of peace. It's just simple, but it's a profound thing. And when you're in the middle of a crisis and things are coming at you left and right, and I know what I'm talking about as a person who have been through a few things simultaneously, I often tell my story about my 2014, when my life was falling apart, when I was going through the life event of divorce. Some of you know that divorce can be so hard on you till that alone can stop your world or slow it down. But to be in the process of a divorce and a separation, to be in the process of being so angry about the things that was happening in your life, To be in that process where cancer then creep up on you and doctors are telling you you have to do emergency surgery or you're not going to be here. We got to get this tumor out. So to be in that process to where you get that phone call and say your dad is not doing well right now, you need to check on him. To be there to find out that he's in a stage 4 lung cancer and going through another battle. To be in that process of still having hopes and dreams, and you're sitting down going, but I have to get my real estate license because this is not a part of my plan. So how do I continue to study for these things in the midst of all of this crisis that is going on around me? And I often fail to mention when I'm telling this story while raising other children, and let alone not just my children, but also to have a daughter with special needs, right? And so we got all of these things going on in 1 year, back to back, back to back, back to back, one crisis after the other. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. But again, how do you convert crisis to comfort when things are coming at you? And you're sitting there right now and you're looking at the news, and every time you turn on the news and you turn on the radio and you phone a friend, and all you hear is coronavirus, and they done shut this down and then shut that down and then shut it all down. How do I keep my sanity in the middle of a crisis? How do I gain my confidence, trusting and believing that I'm going to see the end of this? Well, in the first place, those of you within the sound of my voice, you have been through something and you are on the other side of whatever it is you've been through. But now is not your time to lay down. This is your time to get up and speak and declare some things. This is your time to trust and believe and to know and to walk in that confidence of knowing that this too will pass. We're going to talk about this. This is going to be part of, the story that you're going to tell your kids, your grandkids. We are witnessing history. But you have to find, like I said yesterday, that praise, a promise, something to stand on. Find your words where you plant your feet. And I told you guys, mine was, I'm not going out like that. This is not the assignment for my life to lay down and die in this manner. So as I was going through this tragic time in my life, one chaotic moment after another, that was my primary thought. How am I going to get up? How am I going to rise? But here I am, crisis converter, BuBBle therapist, showing you how to get up when your world is turned upside down, when your world is a little crazy. There's just a few little things you need to do to pivot. And it starts with your mindset and your willingness to do it. Your mindset and your willingness to do it. Gary is saying for me, no, it's not over. No, you still have breath in your body. You still have life to live. This is your time to get creative. This is your time to do some things and just be and enjoy life right now. But get creative in the things you're doing. So I said I wasn't going to stay on here long. I want to be mindful of your time and mine. Because we all have some things to accomplish. And I'm sitting here and I'm constantly working on content. And I have made a commitment to be here, to talk to you, to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you. Right? And so if there's anything that I say that is resonating with you, please leave me some comments. Please leave me some comments. Please let your voice be heard. I like to have a dialogue, talk back, say some things so that I can respond accordingly. If there's some topics that you want me to talk about over these next days, because again, this is going to be a daily thing. It's time to shift a lifestyle. So this is going to be a daily thing. And this is BuBBle Talk. And why is it BuBBle Talk? It's titled BuBBle Talk because I'm a BuBBle therapist. And I'm a BuBBle therapist because, again, bubbles is the thing that I just demonstrated that comes out the bottle. It starts off in a liquid form. And then as you breathe on it, it transforms into a different state. Think about that. So putting that breath of life on it and you're making a commitment to blow away everything from you that is negative, blow away everything from you that is toxic, blow away everything from you that is upsetting your life right now, so you can get to your happy place, so you can get back to your place of peace, so you can convert your crisis and come out of chaos into comfort, so that you can handle the next situation a little bit better. I'm just saying. So therapy is the repeated practice of doing something that works. That is therapy. So that's why I call it BuBBle therapy. I am the BuBBle therapist. I am the one that is instructing you through the process, right? And in my second book, it's called BuBBle Solutions. And in BuBBle Solutions, I am talking about just different things that will send a solution to your situation. Because you have to understand that the solution is already in you. But you have to be in a great place of mind in order to get to it. So that's BuBBle therapy, BuBBle Solutions. And I'm here to tell you how to convert your crisis into some comfort. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to say be blessed, don't stress, and blow bubbles. And please feel free to share this video. Like I said, I am also on YouTube Live. I am curious to see how it all looks, because this is honestly my first time doing that. I don't have a problem, keeping it real, Tara. I don't have a problem keeping it real. So I am live on YouTube right now, and I am live on Facebook right now. I wanted to start creating this legacy and this list of videos that you can pull off of anytime you need to convert your crisis. Let my experience, let my words of encouragement move you from a place of confusion. Let me move you. Let me help transition you from despair into a place of hope. Let me help you transition from that chaotic mindset into a place of clarity, where you are clear, and you start to fulfill your life and feel the joy in your life. So until next time, again, this is your BuBBle therapist, Pamela Garrison. I'm signing out, and I'll see you guys on the next episode, Crisis Converter. BuBBle Talk Live, people. It's real deal. Talk to you later. Bye. And that's going to be a wrap. This is different. So we're going to end the stream. And then please, when you review this, let me know your thoughts. Thank you.